The sun. It's 1,000,000 times bigger than the Earth. It's widely regarded as a yellow orb in the sky, but it's actually white. You know, our sun is not the hottest or the coolest or the biggest or the smallest. There's nothing to distinguish it among the hundreds of billions of other stars in the galaxy. In fact, if you were an intergalactic alien and you came upon the Milky Way, there'd be nothing about our star system that would attract your attention. But there's plenty of other stars in our galaxy worth a look. And I've made a personal list of the top 5. Coming in at number 5 of our exotic star countdown of the Milky Way is SAO 206462. Previously thought to just be an ordinary star, when you go in and look close and you blot away the light of this relatively new star that was just formed, you get to see this remarkable spiral structure. We're pretty confident that this is a disk of debris in the act of forming brand new planets around this relatively newly born star. Each of these spiral arms will likely coalesce and, in the not so distant future, become single planets, one for each arm, in mutual orbit around the host star. We've seen disks of material before around newborn stars, hinting that planets are soon to form. But this is the first time we've ever seen spiral structure. This star is just at the beginning of its life, and who knows what other strange phenomena it will treat us to as it evolves. But strange behavior isn't the preserve of the young. Coming in at number 4 among the top 5 weirdest stars in the Milky Way galaxy is Omicron Ceti. Ceti referencing the constellation Cetus, the whale. Here it is. It happens to be a red giant star. Plenty of these in the galaxy. Not even distinguished for how it looks in visible light. But if you instead observe this star using ultraviolet, this is what you find. The star is up here, and there's this long 13 light year plume left behind. And right up front, we have a bow shock, which is evidence that this thing is plowing through the galaxy between the stars at incredible speeds. In fact, we can measure it at 300,000 miles an hour. We happen to know that red giants only have a tenuous connection to their outer gaseous shells. So going that fast, it's going to lose some of that outer shell, leaving it behind as it punches its way through the gas of the interstellar medium. We've never seen anything like this. But the most spectacular sights to be seen don't just involve one star. Coming in at number 3 is MY Camelopardalis. It's not one star, it's 2. 2 supermassive, hot blue stars in orbit around one another. That alone is not odd. More than half the stars you see in the night sky, if you pull a telescope out on them, what you'll notice is that it's a double or multiple star system. So we're cool with that. What's different here is that these 2 stars are in contact with one another. We are fairly certain that given enough time, these 2 stars will completely coalesce, joining their fuel supplies into one coherent star. What we don't know is, will that star be stable and just join the ranks of other high mass stars that are out there, or will it be unstable and blow itself apart? We don't know. Just keep watching this space. This isn't the only strange binary system to be seen. We're down to number 2. That distinction goes to Gaia 14 AAE. Once again, it's not a single star, it's a binary star system. In this case, one of them is a white dwarf, the end stage of a medium mass star, such as the Sun, and a companion star, which happens to be going through its giant phase. This white dwarf is effectively flaying the outer layers of this giant, consuming it, body and soul. It's basically a stellar cannibal. If the growing mass of the white dwarf crosses a certain threshold, the white dwarf will go unstable and explode, become a supernova. But this isn't even the weirdest thing that can happen when stars collide. And now, the #1 weirdest star in the Milky Way galaxy. It goes by the name of V Hydra. This star, a red giant star, would not otherwise call attention to itself were it not for every 8.5 years, blobs of nearly 10,000 degree plasma come spewing out at 500,000 miles an hour. Then it stops. 8.5 years later, it repeats. Who ordered that? Our best hypothesis is that this red giant star has a companion, another star in orbit around it that has a highly elliptical orbit, a highly elongated orbit. Spends a lot of time out far away, but when it comes in close, it comes in real close and punches through the physical body of the red giant itself, pops out the other side. And we think that interaction of a hot star and the red giant is what's responsible for spewing forth these blobs of plasma right on schedule every 8.5 years. So we've never seen this phenomenon before. We think we have the right explanation for it, but it remains a unique object in all the star catalogs that we've accumulated. And for that reason, it is the weirdest star in the Milky Way.